is what you got for me.
Durag Diaries. Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. We got a big game today. Big up to everyone coming over from Fam Zone TV. You guys know where it is by now. Just same old morning rattlings. I think that's the name of the show. Needs to be called Morning Rattlings, bruv, because there's just same old conversations, same old stuff. But hey, there's a lot of people over there, and especially the Arsenal fans, that could learn about winning some trophies. And we have a trophy that's up for grabs today. Yeah, so all you salty fans, Arsenal fans in the chat, make sure you're watching and keep your eyes on. We're going to be talking about the What does Hooks do? Yeah, we're talking about the Super Cup. Yeah, it's gonna be a big game, big day settings. Watch along will be later at 7 p.m. So make sure you are there. But away from that, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. As Elijah said, 4K almost there. Trying to get there before the end of the month. We have 18 days to go, so just under 3 weeks. Just under 300 people remaining. 312 exactly. So I need your support. I need everyone inside to make sure they're subscribed. Make sure everyone's showing that extra support. Make sure everyone's tapping the like button, commenting, all of that stuff. We need to push the video out there, push the content out there to try and help myself get to 4K. So we can do some new things and upgrade. Big up to Hooks for the raid as well. Big up to Hooks for the raid. How could I forget? Hooks raided us a little piece earlier. Apologies for being late, people. As anyone would know who came over from Fam Zone TV, was just having a bit of a skirmish over there, I should say, on this Rangers and Celtic are bigger than Spurs. Let me know how you guys feel in the chat about that one. Celtic and Rangers being bigger than Spurs. If you guys think that Spurs aren't bigger than these clubs, supposedly, let me know how you feel about it. But look, also, sorry, how could I forget? Our captain has finally been announced. And it will be Romero. Christian Romero is now club captain. He is going to be proceeding forward this season, wearing that armband, and look forward to seeing him in another final today. And I don't know if people know the news. I don't know if people know the stat, but he's never lost one. Romero has never lost a final, so we need him to take this good luck into today and lead us out, being that first man on the pitch. But you know, I think we should just start there. Start off with his interview. Have a quick look at what he said, what it feels to be a Spurs player, what it feels like to be a Spurs captain. And you know what? I think we're going into a good place. We obviously do have some signings that are trying to be wrapped up in the meantime, which we'll go through some of the news that's been reported surrounding that. But there has been quite a few things released this morning on Cuti Romero, so it's only best we go through that. But before I get there, let me come to the chat, check in with the people. Them smash the likes, as Beans and Toast says it here. Elijah, stop being a fraud. Dr. Durag, big up to you, my bro. Big up to Hyper. Big up Durag Diaries, my bro. Come on, man. Tony as well in the chat. Big up Jords in the chat. Big up to the people. Them. How many goals will Spurs concede? How many are you going to be? How many goals have you ever scored in the Super Cup? None. Grand total of none. Know your place. Know your role. I laughed when you said 4 Europa Leagues are better than Champions League. Well, I don't think it's a bad argument. Said four European Cups. Didn't say 4 Europa Leagues. So they're not all Europa Leagues. Only one's Europa League, 2 of them UEFA Cups. And then the other one's a Cup Winners' Cup. So just to clarify that for you, because quite clearly you don't know your history. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Winning 4 competitions as opposed to winning 1. I think that would ultimately be better. I don't know. You tell me. Romero, captain. We'll see how he does today against the Ballon d'Or winner. I don't know. Our Ballon d'Or winner has been left at home, so I don't know which one you're talking about because there's only one. Man, like Love United, hate ops. Durag Diaries. I hope you're checking in to watch today's game, the game that you're not going to be at, the game that you thought you was going to be at, but we are there. Good afternoon to Durag Diaries. Big up to Mustafa. Tony won't be pretty. We are going to feel like a one-legged man at an ass-kicking contest. Oh. PSG 4, Spurs 1. Oh. That will be an embarrassment. That will be an embarrassment, but I'm holding on to the thoughts and feelings that I've seen Europa League teams come and smack up Champions League teams in this game before. I've seen it happen. So I don't see no reason why it can't be done today. There's no reason why it cannot be done today. Tony, I said 5 or 6. Yeah, you're just hating. Floyd Jarrett, big up to you, my bro. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, but make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. I told everyone last season Romero is going nowhere, and everyone laughed at me. Well, it is now official that Romero is the new Tottenham captain. Yeah. Big up to you, Floyd. Captain should have been done so. Where's Mr. Box Office? Where's the Professor of Truth and Entertainment now? Because I said in that same video, Romero is going to be our captain. Romero will be our captain. He's the man with captain material. He's the guy that's leading his current country. He's the guy that sets pace in the game with the energy, with the intensity. There's only one man that could have been captain. Only one man. Spurs won Europa League just to be 16th place behind Arsenal in Europe. Doesn't make any. How are we 16th place behind Arsenal? This makes no sense. Big up to Yasser. Ben Davies should be captain. To be fair, I actually think Ben Davies might be a part of the captainship leader group, whatever you want to call it. So I won't be surprised by that. Big up to Manage, making it on time today. Broski Jords, smash these likes button, everyone. Make sure you are smashing that like button. Too early to start a Gray Bergvall pivot? I think so, Jerk. I guess I'm not going to lie. I think it might be a little too early to do a pivot of that. Maybe next season. Not for this game. You're not getting smoked differently. Fairs. Derek, that's completely irrelevant. Making random points. But yet again, you've never won a Super Cup. You've never played in a Super Cup. So know your place and hold that. Big up to Mr. Udang as well coming in. Big up Jords and Mr. SIA Badge himself. Big up to Trigger Rich. What's good? It's all good, man. It's all good over these sides right now. But look, let's go into some of the stuff that we've been seeing today regarding the Romero captaincy. Let me go on the Spurs website because I think we can read the report together to understand how this came to be. Thomas Frank names Christian Romero as captain. Christian Romero has been named as our new captain by Thomas Frank following the departure of Heung-min Son. Kuti was appointed Sonny's vice captain alongside James Maddison in August 2023 and now takes over the armband. Thomas will name his leadership group following the close of the summer transfer window. Speaking to us in Udine, Italy, ahead of the UEFA Super Cup against PSG at Stadio Friuli on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Thomas said, I had a good conversation with Kuti and Romero, and he's going to be our captain. He was very honored and very happy about it. It's a big thing, and it should be to lead this wonderful club out on the pitch, not just for the Super Cup, but also throughout the season. I think he has all the right quality. He leads from his behavior on the pitch, driving the team forward in every way, and outside the pitch, he's also always pushing the team. I want a leadership group as well, of course. One will wear the armband and be the captain, but I would like to have many leaders as possible. 4 to 5 in the leadership group who can help, because at the same time with me, I can't do everything on my own and I need a superb coaching staff around me. I will name that leadership group after the window to give me time to assess everything. World Cup winner Kuti, 27, joined us from Atlanta in the summer of 2021, having just been named the best defender in Serie A in 2021. He's now 124 appearances for us in all competitions, 100 in the Premier League, and his central defensive partnership with Mickey van der Ven was key in our Europa League triumph last season. Then there's just a short video introducing him. So I don't think we need to watch that because we probably already know and seen that stuff. But as we see here, leadership group will be named, will be fully announced at the end of the transfer window. So we do have to wait another few weeks to hear any of that stuff. But what is everyone's thoughts? Is Kuti the right captain to lead us forward? Do people think that we should have had another captain to lead us forward in this game? Let me know where you guys are at with that. Big up to SSJ in the building, my guy. Super high, Jacob. How could I forget? As you guys can see, we have yes, man. Like Elijah's available. That's what I want to see. I was gonna say I was gonna shout you, but I wasn't too sure if you were busy. So this is even perfect. Elijah's here. He knows he can get the link anytime. I'm gonna send that over right now. Links over, bro. Links over. But yeah, man. That's what I was gonna say. How could I also forget? You see SSJ, you want to be like him. You see Elijah, you want to be like him. You see Hyper, you want to be like. You see Tony, you want to be like him. You just have to tap that pinned comment or tap the link in the comment I just done to become a descendant, become a delinquent, join the Royal Navy, put in your membership, tap the link in the pinned comment, become a member of the delinquents, become a member of the descendants. Yeah. Just make sure you tap there if you want to become a member of the channel. But Kuti Romero, I can't lie, thinking of the leadership group and the potential of the leadership group, who it could be, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think Kulusevski could be included in that, but he's not going to be around for the team. So it depends whether he's had enough time in training to really make a strong impression on Thomas Frank. You could also look at, he said he wants 4 or 5 people. I've got a strong feeling Ben Davies is going to be included in that. I'm just throwing out there now, people. I have a strong feeling Ben Davies will be included in that leadership group. And yes, you are right, Tony. You are right. But I've got a strong feeling that he is going to be a part of that. I also think, thinking of some other players, Bentancur, Vicario. I think the main 3 is going to be Romero, Bentancur, Vicario for me. I think those 3 are going to be the main leaders in the team. Then you'll probably have 2 outliers, which would be more of like a Ben Davies and then maybe a younger player in that group. I heard Archie Gray was in and around that group last season. Now, I think Archie Gray will be way too soon to put him as a part of a leadership group or anything like that. He can, be the leadership group's water boy or something like that if he wants to be close to them. But we need some proper experienced heads in that group there. Madison would have been, but he's obviously not available. So yeah, I think Mr. Udang, that's a good one. Vicario, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Ben Davies, Bergvall. I think Bergvall's too young to be in there again. Still needs a lot more experience. But it's a good one. It's a suggestion. Elijah is here though. Big up to Elijah. What you saying, bro?
What are you saying? How you man doing? You man good?
Yeah, we day on, man. We're a good day. We got a big day ahead of us today. A big day ahead of us today for real.
Yep.
That's just a bit more.
But
what are you saying? What are you saying about the announcement? Obviously, you officially now heard Kuti Romero is now captain. We obviously spoke about it in our last boardroom talks about who the potential captain should be. Some felt it should be Danso. But are you happy with the announcement? Is there any other names that you're looking out for to be a part of that leadership group?
It's got to be Danso, bro. Like, look at what he's done for the club, bro. Like, for being real, I know chat is biased in it, but like, come on, he's come in from January, automatically had the lead. Box office is crazy, but it had to be Romero, innit? Like, there's no other real candidate that it could have been. Like, who else was going to be captain, innit? Had to have been Romero. He's really the only viable option. You basically, you know what I'm saying, put the whole thing through on boardroom talks, put the whole case down, and no one can argue it. It has to be Romero. He's the only captain for Argentina, most experienced player, done it in Italy and England, was the best player in the Europa League for us. Has to have been Romero, bro. There was no other option.
Yeah, literally that. There really is no other option in it. You could have gone Vicario, but I don't know about other people. When we had Lloris as captain, as much as I rated Lloris highly for a long time, I don't feel like having a goalkeeper as captain is productive. You got a guy that's furthest away from the pitch, so when anything's going on with referee, he's not going to run out of his goal to go speak to the referee. It doesn't make no sense. Like who when you need a player talking to, you need a captain there to talk to these players. You can't have the goalkeeper doing that job. So ultimately, I think Romero is probably the best choice for us at this moment in time. Now, the bigger question, which I suppose a lot of people are asking, is when is Romero going to sign a new contract then? Because now you're being named captain, you're sort of committing yourself to this club and sort of saying that you're here for the club. Fabrizio did come out and pretty much say when he announced it that he was never close to Atletico. The deal was never happening. He always wanted Spurs this summer. So for him to come out and say this, we need to see a new contract, right?
We have to be fair. And I think he might hold out just to see what we look like under Frank. Obviously, he tried to flirt with Atletico for a move, but then it never happened. And to be fair, Atletico spent bare money. So even if there was a link, the amount of money they spent, they were not going to sign him anyway. Didn't have the facilities for that. But I think Romero's probably going to see what it's been like under Frank, how things are going to change. And he must have been convinced somewhat of Thomas Frank as a manager. He probably would have had meetings with him and spoke to him and stuff like that. So maybe if shit hits the fan somehow in the league with Frank, maybe it might alter his mind. But I'm assuming that he's been convinced by Frank. Because we remember, innit, like when Frank got announced, that's when Romero posted his Ange thing, innit? So he clearly liked Ange and he was fucking with Ange. And it was presumed as like a dig towards Frank. But as time has gone on, obviously he's accepted Spurs. He's embraced being the captain role. I think he's just going to, see how it goes. Because Spurs have won a trophy and like they've done what he's wanted, which is compete and win. So there's not really a leg for him to stand on. So he has to commit to Spurs. If things look bad with Frank, then he might pursue other options. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fair point, isn't it? Like I understand both point of views. I think from the Tottenham point of view, we need one of our star players to not run down his contract and go into a position where he's got 1 year left next summer, and then we're either forced to sell him on the cheap, or he goes and starts running down his deal, and then we're on a player where we spent about 40 million on him, 45 million. So it wasn't a massive investment, but to get no money back on a player who of Romero's level, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. So I don't think that we can afford to do that. But at the same time, I think we probably do need to give Romero some time to see how the team plays out, see if it's going to get better under Frank, see that Spurs are matching his ambition. Because I think one of the things was his problem wasn't really with the managers. It was with the hierarchy of Tottenham. And he obviously come out last December and made the comments quite clearly to allude to the fact that Spurs are falling behind their rivals and we're not showing the same ambition in the league of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea and City. And the only way for us to come out here and do that is to go out there and spend money, get some good players. Now, he might be seeing the links to Eze and Savinho and he's like, all right, this is a bit more me, This is the type of moves I want to see the club make. But if we end up in the window and, I don't know, we get choice C, choice B, and it's not Eze and Savinho, then it might be a case of, now this is why I didn't sign a new contract.
You might start trying to fight people in that.
Right, it might start scrappy, man. It's all going left. But with regards to obviously tonight, because he's going to be leading us out. He's going to be a key role in that game. Let's just go straight into it. How are you feeling? How are you feeling tonight for tonight's game? Is it because it's the day of the game? Are you starting to feel like that anxious, that good nerves and anxiousness, or is it like you're not looking?
Lenny from The Simpsons. You know that meme when he's just sitting like this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be me the whole watch along, innit? I do feel anxious, but I also feel optimistic because like we know how the game's gonna go. We're gonna be defending for our lives. I'm not even saying that we're gonna beat PSG. But there is a chance of us beating PSG, even if it's like a 1% chance. Yeah. There's a chance of us beating PSG. And like, no matter how the game goes, I'm going to be mad at the board because, like I said on Boardroom Talks, was it yesterday at this point? It was, 2 days ago. The fact that they've waited this long to start making signings and approaching actual players, obviously we got Kudus over the line, but like Eze and Savio, we could have used them for this game specifically. This is the biggest game of the season for us. The Super Cup final. Yeah. This is the biggest like game I've ever seen in my life as a Spurs fan. We could have used these fucking signings a month ago. If we had got them in a month ago, even if we still got slaughtered by Bayern, even if we still drew against Newcastle, or at least we would have had them having runs in with the team, getting reps. Now they're going to be coming in. Let's say we sign both. They're going to be coming in for Burnley. The fuck we need them for Burnley for? We need them for PSG. We need them for today. That's what the signing should have been for. We should have been preparing for this game. We've known we've had to play PSG since the day we beat United or the day PSG beat Inter. We've known this for like a month or two though. So why are we taking this long? And like my biggest worry is we get that one chance here and it falls to Matisse Tell or Richarlison. That's my biggest fear, because I'm assuming the front three is going to be Richarlison, Brennan, and Kudus. That front three is stinky, bro. Richarlison and Brennan.
I've got a feeling Brennan might be dropped. I think watching that game against Bayern, I think Brennan might be dropped. I think Richarlison starts because Solanke's available, and Richarlison probably going to start the game. Solanke come on in the second half. But I think Brennan Johnson gets dropped. I honestly
thought popular opinion would make him start because obviously he scored the goal against United. So I figured, like,
doing that. Do you know, like, I still see people get onto Poch for that Lucas dropping. I would have dropped Lucas Moura. I would have dropped him for Harry Kane. But I don't get what we're doing here.
I wouldn't have. Kane was still injured. Kane was still injured.
I don't care. I'm taking Lucas Moura. As much as he scored those 3 goals, let's have it right. Lucas Moura was not a good player. We used to watch him just like we watch Richarlison, just like we watch Johnson, consistently frustrated because he was just running. He was a road runner. He'd run up and down the wing, chasing after the ball, not really doing much of it. Sometimes he'd make a good dribble, cross it in, or make a good dribble and bang it, and it's in. But it was very rare that we saw that side of Lucas Moura. So to me, I would have dropped it. Just like I'm not doing, Johnson scored the goal in the last final from 3 months ago, so let's play him this final because, just because he has the good feeling from scoring the last time. I'm going, play the best team with the best players right now. Odegaard's been playing good all pre-season to me. He's been showing glimpses of what we can see all season.
I would rather start Odegaard.
Go play Odegaard. Go play Odegaard. I'd go Tell up top, but obviously Richarlison's going to be the guy because he's going to be he's more combative. He's a bit of a nuisance. Nobody really knows what he's doing. He's chaotic, so I think he will start. But I think you've got to go with Odegaard over Johnson, man.
No, I would have started Odegaard as well, because especially since we have no 10, all our creativity is going to be coming down the wings. So you can't start a Brennan Johnson if we don't have a 10. If we had an Eze in the middle, then you can get away with a Brennan. But our 10's going to be either Bergvall or Sarr. And it's like, cool, Bergvall's a good player. Cool, Sarr's got some good stuff about him, but they're not creators, like not by trade. So having a Brennan Johnson on the wing who can't create anything is useless. That means everything's just going to be a long ball to Kudus, and then you hope and you pray.
Yeah.
We need Odegaard on the left and a Kudus on the right. 2 players who can do the touchline, who can cut in, can create something. We need that. So I hope Odegaard starts. But I mean, judging the way the fan base talk about Odegaard, they might want Brendan Johnson starting. No get the way they talk about Odegaard, fam, because they act like this guy is just useless, bro.
That's the thing. A lot of people think Odegaard's. I think Odegaard's good, but more than anything, Brendan Johnson is useless. That's what it is. Brendan Johnson is useless on the wing, like you pointed out, with no central attacking midfielder. And I'd like to see this is where I start to question Frank's coaching and his tactics, because I'd like to see you try someone in that 10. I don't want to see Sarr in that 10 again, because we saw what
Brendan up top. You know, I look. You want to see Brendan up top.
I need to see something different. I need to see you do something with these players that I haven't seen before for me to start giving you plaudits as a top coach. Because obviously, look, we rate him, but in his time at Tottenham, I've not seen nothing special. So let me see you try Odegaard in the 10. Let me see you try Johnson in the striker. I need to see you try one of these things and it come off and it be effective and it work for us, especially in a game like this where we need a solution and the solutions are in our squad. That's the only solutions we're allowed to use. So for me, I need to see Frank do some of this stuff. I need to see if he can innovate with this team. But like you said there, with one of the biggest issues in this game today going forward is going to be all our attacking outlets. Everything we've got is coming from the wings. So, and to be fair, I don't know if you watched the Chelsea game against PSG. That's where they were weakest. They were weakest on the flanks. So if we can take advantage of those areas, that's probably where we can look to win the game or at least pick up a goal and take our opportunities. But looking at it on the PSG side of things, where is the biggest problem for you? Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Dembele, Barcola, Vitinha.
It's gonna probably be either Vitinha or Kvaratskhelia, because I'm looking more at matchups. I'm not saying Jed will lock down a Doué or something like that. I'm not saying that, but Spence is just a lot better defensively than Porro, and Porro did show some good defensive signs, but at the same time, he's gonna be not our main creator because we have Kudus now, but he's gonna be one of the players up there in terms of spontaneous creativity for Spurs. So he's going to have to play. He's going to play a full game. He's going to pay extra time. He's going to take a penalty. Porro's going to be at the center of everything we do. And Kvaratskhelia is cold. And Porro is not the best at defending. So that's what I'm most nervous about, is that one-on-one on the wing, innit? Because I don't know if you remember Bodo Glimt, fam. Remember what they started doing in the second half of that second leg? They would just wax the ball down to Porro's side and see if they could just do something.
Overload, do some mad overload on that side.
That's all they did.
Man out there, 3 against 2.
They tried to go down Udoghi's side and he was shutting that shit down first half. So they just kept going to Porro's side for like a good 20 minutes. And I was screaming at my fucking monitor, bro. Sub Porro out and get Spence on the pit, and then Porro scored anyway. I was like, okay, I was wrong, bro. Angie's a genius, but I low-key think that Porro might get exposed down that right-hand side. But I'm hoping that he can make up for it on the attacking side. You know what I'm saying? Set piece
What
wise.
about this then? Ghosted presents a good point. How about we go play with the back 5 to combat that? You put Pedro Porro in a wing position and you make him play wing back. Then maybe you have Danso on that right centre back. You've now got somebody who's going to help him on the defensive side of things. When he's in the 1v1 against Kvaratskhelia, he's now got 2 man, because obviously Porro's going to be tracking back, and then Danso's allowed to be a lot closer to him, which gives him Romero and Van de Ven to cover the box. I think that could be a solution. Do you think do we think Frank will go to the back 5? I suppose that's the bigger question.
Hell no.
Because we've not seen it all pre-season.
That's why I don't believe him, bro, because we haven't seen it. We've seen 4-3-3 every game, and that's my biggest criticism of Frank. It's not that he's a bad coach; it's that we've lauded him, because I don't know. I didn't watch Frank, so I'm seeing everyone's opinion on Frank, his adaptability, his creativity, the formation changes. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing the magnets and all this shit, and then I'm seeing the magnets, but then I'm not seeing any real changes like that. And we're not seeing formation changes. We're not seeing 3 backs or 5 backs. We're not seeing a significant change in the style of play. I'm just seeing, if we're playing against a weaker team, we have more of the ball, and if we're playing against a better team, we sit back more. That's the only change I'm seeing, but that's not really a tactical change. That's just know your role, know your position. Literally, I haven't seen anything specific, so I don't even. If he goes with a back 5, then fair. But like, we haven't had an opportunity to really do anything as a back 5, because the best chance would have been to try it against Bayern, because they're a better team than us. That would have had the ball. We would have had to defend. Try a back 5 in that game.
No, I definitely, I do. I hear your points. I do hear your points. I think there's a case of, sometimes managers don't want to reveal their cards. I think it's been very clear that all window we have been in for a centre-back. To me, that senses that Frank is obviously wary that, for one, we have injury-prone centre-backs, but 2, he may want to go to that back 5. He wants the option to switch to that back 5, and if he does switch to it, you're going to need at least 4 to 5 centre-backs that you trust to be able to play that, because if you're playing 3 of them, you need another one that can come on in case of injury, potentially 2. Now, I've got a feeling that if he is going to go to the back 5, or if Spurs are looking to potentially utilize that, we may not have done it in pre-season to not give away our cards. We don't want to show teams that we're going to be playing that system, because I've seen so many times people go, why are you doing this in pre-season? Why are you doing this set piece? Why are you doing this? Because you don't want to reveal your cards. Now, Frank may be smart enough to know that we've been training this back 5, but we're not going to use it until we actually prepare for it in a game like PSG. But like you have said, because we haven't prepared for it, because we've not practiced it, when we try it in an actual game, it may not pull off. So that's where I'm a bit skeptical by it. But I think the back 5 for me, probably the best option when you think about going into this game. especially to start off the game, because we're going to need that strength in the width, wide areas. Spence pushing up high, Porro pushing up high, but then having those strong back three, having players next to Kuti, you can be a bit reckless at times, but having a Danso next to him, having a Romero next to him, it allows us to be a bit more narrow at the back when we're defending. So we don't need to. What tends to happen with a back four is Romero may get dragged out onto the wing into those 1v1s with Kvaratskhelia or Due. And now that's going to open up more space in the box for Dembele to occupy. And I'm a bit more wary that PSG are going to be breaking us down, countering, and just getting us every single time prepping our area. I think we need as many bodies in that area to bat away those crosses, defend like we've seen. Spurs have been in that Man United game in the final was one of the biggest ones of it. We're just clearing everything. The Arsenal game, same thing, just clear. We're probably going to have a similar performance like that. And to be fair, I think in that system, this way you probably need a Dragusin. Dragusin would probably be perfect for that type of role in the team. But obviously he's not going to be available for this game. Obviously, moving forward into our back line, because we spoke a bit about the defense, how we think we're going to set up. Back five would be nice, but if we're not, we know the back four that he is going to go with. It's the only options we have in Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, Spence. Spence is always going to play on the left side. Udogi's not fit as of yet. I think he's traveled with the team, but I don't think Udogi is fit to play. He may have some minutes at the end of the game if Frank needs be. Moving into that midfield, like you mentioned, you said Vitinha might be the biggest problem. How do we battle that PSG midfield? Because like I said João Neves is out. He's suspended, but they've got Vitinha. They've got Fabian Ruiz. They've got Zaire Emery. They've got these players that just, once they're on the ball, that's the technical level so much higher than ours. It's going to be a problem trying to get the ball off them.
It is. And the only way we can really do it is to out-physical them, because Zaire Emery and Fabian Ruiz, they've got a little bit of something to them, no Diddy, but they're not overly physically imposing. You know what I'm saying? PSG are a very fluid team. They don't really have, apart from the back line, they ain't really got no one that's physically imposing for real. They just got very technical players and able to play seamless football. I think the best way to try and counter that is to be overly physical. Pellegrini is definitely going to start. Question is, who's going to play with him? If Thomas Frank is on a fraud, he'll play Bergvall. So that basically means that there'll be one more position. Do we give that to a Bentancur or do we give it to a Sarr? Bentancur, while he's better on the ball, isn't as overly physical, plus he doesn't have the legs. Sarr has the legs, but at the same time, he ain't got the technical ability Bentancur has. So it's really just, what do we value over time? Do we start with a Sarr and try and counteract the midfield, try and just use the athleticism and then bring on the Bentancur later in the game? Or do we vice versa it? I'm not sure, but we do know 2 of the 3 midfield will be Pellegrini and Bergvall.
Yeah, for me, that my midfield 3 would be Paulinho, Bentancur, Bergvall. I think Bergvall plays ahead of the two, ahead of the other. Well, really, I can't lie. They should flip it around. Instead of having a 10, do a 6 in Paulinho and then just play Bentancur and Bergvall slightly ahead of him. That's what I think. And you have those two sort of doing the pressing work, the dog work. Like I said, I think what we need to break down this midfield is combativeness. We're going to have to be dirty. We're going to have to consistently foul them. Don't let them pick up that momentum. Don't let them move the ball around too much. Constantly stop starting. Taking control and getting that ball away from Vitinha, because he's the conductor. He's a guy like Ghost to say. He's the one that's going to be moving it around. He's the one that's going to be constantly just passing, keeping the ball moving. But Fabian Ruiz is the one we got to watch out for. Watching him in the Club World Cup, you can see he's a goal threat. But more than anything, he progresses that ball through that midfield. We need someone like Paulinho to be on the ball today to stop anything coming through. But I was going to say, as much as we both think Paulinho should start, watching his last performance and seeing how unsharp he is at the moment, do you think that there's a possibility that we could just see, Bentancur, Bergvall, and Sargo start and just go with a bit more of a safe midfield that we could trust?
There is, to be fair, and I wouldn't necessarily be too mad at that. I do like the idea of if Bentancur sits back and plays that 6 role and does the deep line playmaker kind of thing. I feel like those 3 complement each other pretty well. I think Bentancur actually he does better with Sarr than Sarr would do with Pellegrini, because the technical ability that Bentancur has, just being able to do the deep like playmaker thing, even though it's not necessarily his forte. but just having Saar basically just do the legwork, Bergvall try and be as good of a creator as he can, and then having Bentancur just kind of sit back. I think those three complement each other pretty well. But I wouldn't be surprised if with whatever happens with Palhinha, I wouldn't be surprised because I can see him hitting the bench because he wasn't exactly good against Bayern. But at the same time, I could see him starting because we might have to do an all-out defensive thing from the start, and he is the only six we have at the club.
Yeah, he's the one player who's just gonna eat up the ball, just constantly tackle, constantly be that destroyer in the midfield that we need. So I think I can see both ways like you, and I won't be mad at either way. Like watching the performance of Bentancur, Saar, and Bergvall, was it against Arsenal and Newcastle? I like the way that the midfield looked. I like the base of the midfield. Bentancur in that 6 looked really good in a deep line playmaker role, progressing the ball well, not doing overly too much. Like in the Ange system, I felt like he would press out of position and then foul. Always foul because he's pressed out of position and he's left all that space in behind. Whereas now, because he's so deep, he's not forced to make some of these stupid decisions that he used to do. And he doesn't look as aggressive. So in this Frank system, I think that we could see him in that number 6 and then potentially have Palhinha on the bench waiting to come on into a more settled game state. Let's just say if we go 1-0 up and we need to protect the lead, then Paulinho could come on and help at that point. But it's good to have options. It's nice to actually go into a game and know that our midfield could set up in multiple different ways. If we had a 10, it would allow us to do a lot more options. But we're still waiting to see if these Eze deals and stuff are going to get wrapped up, which there has been some news on. We'll get round to that so later. Mr. Udang's gone for a back. This is actually a good team. I like what you've done here, Mr. Udang. Yeah, you got the back 5 of Vicario, Van der Ven, Romero, Danso, Spence, Paulinho, Saar, Porro, and then he's got a cam, just one number 10, and then 2 forwards in Solanke and Johnson. Now, I think that sounds ideal, but I don't see him going Solanke and Johnson up top. I think I just can't see Solanke starting. I've just got a feeling I don't see Solanke starting.
It'll be Richarlison. Imagine Richarlison scores a goal. Oh my day! Richarlison already has blind defenders. Yeah, imagine he scores a goal in the Super Cup final. I swear to God, fam, they will actually. The real protest will be for Richarlison to stay at the club.
Bro, Richarlison will not leave if he scores. Like this, Richarlison won't be able to get rid of him, bro. Like the only thing is, maybe it will make teams want to buy him. This is one of the biggest games that a lot of teams are going to be watching. A lot of scouts are going to be having their eyes on some Spurs players that are going to be, who are on their way out. And do you know what? Perfect timing talking about that because we're on the midfield, and there is one player who is going to be on his way out that isn't even a part of the squad. Let's talk about it. Some of you may have seen my video yesterday, but I was fuming. Like, I was heading out. I see the news and I was like, wait. I told the missus, wait, I need to just hold on for a second. We need to stop. Yeah, I need to make a video. We need to. This is Balloon Dior Bissouma yet again. Because the thing is, we've cooked him for a long time. We have. Me and you especially cooked this guy. People tell me I'm too harsh. We're too harsh when we cook him. But then things like this happen again. How do you feel about the Bissouma stuff being left out of the team, him being shown to be unserious yet again?
I'm so upset because I was one of the people saying that I low-key think that Bissouma next to Palhinha would actually make sense for him as a player. Because when we played 4-3-3, I think people have noticed is the way I look at midfields, but I like a 6 and then like an 8, a 6, an 8, and a 10 in a midfield 3 in it. And you can kind of like a 10 that transitions to an 8, 8 that can go into a 6 and then like a lone 6. Bissouma with a Bissouma at his peak with Palhinha would have actually looked very good. The problem is that Bissouma, what is Bissouma's prime anymore? We're looking at 2 years ago. And it's like, this is actually the...
3. We've been at Tottenham for 3 years.
Yeah, this would be his 3rd year. But I'm also referencing the
he's
Ange
had
games.
3 years. Remember, he had Conte and then 2 Ange years.
No, I know, but I'm talking about what his prime year was, prime stint.
You think he was good at in the first Conte season?
No, the 10 games of Ange.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the first 10 games of Ange was like that idea of Bissouma in a more controlled system with a Palhinha behind him. I think he could honestly have gotten to that point again. But the problem is that like this situation actually suits him, but he's still doing this bullshit. Like, I don't understand why he's so unserious. I don't get it, but it's like you're just like, what are we supposed to do now? Like, he's unsellable. Bissouma's actually unsellable now.
And this was the point that I was making in my video that was annoying me more about it. And shout out to Eamon, because this should have been the first like sign of him why you don't have this player. My brother's wearing his shorts like he's playing in the NBA. It's mad. It's mad. Like, bro, doing up sagging your shorts in football is crazy. Yeah. Be like Mateta. Have the tuck in, the man in that tuck it in and that. That's what I want to see. I need them type of ballers, real ballers in that sense. But it's like what you spoke about there. He got another opportunity that I was against. I was against his other opportunity, I'll be honest. Because I've seen enough. Conte said he struggled tactically. That was a bad sign. Ange had to discipline him for being late. That was a bad sign. And now Frank is disciplining him for being late. The guy that's all good vibes, yeah. You know, let me go on what's that thing? Drip, shoe, whatever, the thing with expressions. Let me talk. Oh yeah, big drip, man. Yeah, Dior, yeah. Doing all the funny laughing games and them things, yeah. Doesn't want to be, and this we were getting slapped up when that happened. This was in a point of the season when things weren't going good, when he's doing up drip, yeah, and then he wants to be. I'm hearing in the background, you know, I don't know if everyone see the European after we won the Europa League, you're seeing who's the one in the back of the bus in the vibes. YouTube, he's going on Instagram live. Oh yeah, party, yeah, man. I got the speakers. I'm on the tunes. He's living his best life. This is the guy that's most unserious about football. All of these signs should have showed us he's the one that's most unserious about our club. And it's now getting to a point. Of where he is unsellable. Teams are seeing this and they're starting to realize that this is not a guy that I want at my club. I do not want a guy that's had numerous of behavior issues. Like, it's just like a kid that gets kicked out of school all the time. It gets to a point of when no schools want you. Your record is so bad. You where you go? You go to unit. You go to the unit with all the other bad kids. This guy, that unit for Bissouma is going to be free agency, bro. You're going to be free agency. That is what's going to happen soon enough, because the Saudi clubs don't want you. The Saudi clubs don't want you. The Turkish clubs,
no chance.
They may take you to Turkish clubs, but just know it's different over there. I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but you may not want to go over there because the abuse might be different, and I don't. That's not good. You may not want to go over there, because especially with your behavior, fans are gonna feel a certain way. So I'm just looking at it and I'm like, bro, he's gonna struggle to get a move. He's making it even worse for us, and that's why I think Spurs have got to a point, and as to why I think we've moved on in the window to realize we can't sell Bissouma. Nobody wants him. Manuel Solomon, he's obviously got some political things going on, so clubs will sign him, but I think he's wiped himself out of a lot of clubs because of political issues and stuff like that. So there's a lot of fans that will be on if he signs for a club, just like we've seen. There might be a lot of fans that abuse the club for just signing him. We've seen Tottenham fans do the same thing just for having Manuel Solomon back in training. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, people. I don't have an opinion on it. I genuinely don't have an opinion.
Yeah,
that's just a fact. That's how it is. So we've got two players like that who are struggling to sell. Then you've got Richarlison, who's just... Do you know what? The one thing, I don't think I can hate on Richarlison. Richarlison actually puts his heart on his sleeve. I don't think I've ever questioned Richarlison professionalism. I've never questioned how much he wants to give it to my club. I've never questioned how bad he wants it on the pitch, because Richarlison always leaves it all out there. And that's the one thing that I'll always give to him. And I'll say, do you know what? He deserves to play tonight if he plays. I'm not against Richarlison playing. As much as he's a hard watch, you can't be mad at him. But, bro, this Bissouma stuff is just damning yet again to show us why he can't be a Spurs player. But people, I can't lie, 115 people inside, 41 likes is disgraceful. Like, disgraceful stuff. We should at least be on 50, really 75, our aim for each stream. So if we can get that up ASAP, get some of the mods pushing that, please. Let's get these likes up to 75 real quick. We will build a team. We'll do a lineup builder in a bit, people. And we'll put something together, me and E, for what we want to see. Apparently, Fenerbahce wants Bissouma. Yeah, I did see this like a month ago, but again, I don't think Jose won't be putting up with that stuff. Jose will pack his bags himself if man thinks he's turned up late training for Jose Mourinho. Madman. He don't play them games. He does not play them games. What Sports HD said, City are working on multiple deals parallel. Donnarumma and Rodrigo both on the list with other names emerging. Yeah, hopefully that will speed up some of our stuff with Savio. But moving on to the attack, because obviously the attack's where we have, I suppose, some of our biggest problems, but some of our biggest solutions as well. Because we have quite a few players in there, but it's just finding the right combination to make it work. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Like, obviously, we spoke earlier. We think Kudus, Odegaard has to start. Kudus is a guaranteed, but do we see a way where, like I said, Johnson up top? Could that be something as opposed to Richarlison?
I want to see it at least because we've never seen it. As let's be honest, Brennan Johnson's our best finisher as of right now.
No. Actually, shit.
He is.
Do you know
who's a better finisher than Brennan Johnson? That's not injured.
I'm hesitant to say Solanke. I'm very hesitant. I don't think he is, but
no,
I think
it's not.
Solanke. He's not proven it at Tottenham, but I think he is. But
I think he is too, but he hasn't. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't proven it.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson is our best finisher right now. As of right now, he's our best finisher. So like, I want him on the pitch, but it's like I don't want him on the wing. I'd rather him be a box crashing like 10 than have him on the wing. I want him in the middle of the pitch, if I'm being real. I just don't want him on the wing because when he's on the wing, he doesn't do anything. It's really up to whoever's on the opposite wing to get the ball to him in his natural position. And PSG they're not going to have that, bro. They'll just double up if there's an issue and just take Kudus out of the game. So we need another creator on the other side. So I'd rather Brennan Johnson up top. I just, if there's a chance in it, a lucky chance it falls to someone, we want it to fall to Brennan Johnson. If we're being real, we want it to fall to Brennan Johnson. And I want him up top just for that reason.
I'm not going to say it like that, innit? I don't know if I want it to fall to Brennan Johnson. If it falls to Brennan Johnson, it's like,
out of everyone, come on.
I'll be honest, at this moment in time, let it fall to Kudus. You know, I trust Kudus. That's who I'm going to go with. But Brennan Johnson's our most proven goal scorer. So I'll give it to Brennan Johnson. Beige and Guna saying these men are literally popping up Brennan Johnson in 2025 and then want to chat to Arsenal fans. Low crazy. Brennan Johnson scored more goals than every single winger in fact, every single player in your team last season. Name me an Arsenal player that got 17 goals in all competitions. None. Don't talk about Brennan Johnson. Come back. Has any real players won a trophy or scored a trophy winning goal? No. Come back when you've got someone of that level in your team. But talking about it, I see the reasons why. For people that don't know, a young Brennan Johnson did actually play central attacking, centre forward for like, what was the team? Lincoln? I think it was Lincoln when he was playing with Morgan Rogers. He did play centre forward. He was scoring goals, scoring like 10, 11 goals and these things. And he was a player who, in the transition, you can tell he's got the quality. He's got the pace in behind. Yeah, Sports HD, that's cap. I saw you delete your last one and then just change the things. You put Troyers in there. I know what you're doing. Trying to gas me. You're not gonna gaslight me, bro. I've got notifications on. I'll see when the deal's done. I'll get the here we go from Fab. But I can see how he can have a big contribution into this team in that centre forward role. But especially today, when we're talking about PSG gonna have a lot of the ball, just leave Brennan Johnson forward, bro. Leave Brennan Johnson way forward. Leave him up the pitch and let him run in behind. Let him just do, what I think we saw Sonny playing that way against Newcastle. When we saw Sonny was trying to get a goal, so they just left Sonny way forward. They said, bro, don't do no defensive work. Just stay up the pitch. Do that with Johnson. Let Johnson stay forward. Bring Kudus and Odegaard back. And let them drive the ball forward. So when Johnson is there, he's got all that space to work with to try and get to the back post. We know he loves to tap it in at the back post. He can choose either side if he's got that space to run into. So, I don't know, man. I'm saying Brennan Johnson up top could work. But Solanke, obviously Solanke's going to be an option returning back from injury. He's a player who last season struggled, but for me, majority of his struggles were due to the way that we played. Do you expect to see a better Solanke this season? Do you expect to see a Solanke that scores more than 10 Premier League goals?
Yes, I do. And I know there's certain YouTubers who are very, very low on Solanke. Look, if we start Brennan Johnson again with Solanke, then he's not going to score better goals. if we put him in a similar situation to Bournemouth where he's the complete focal point, then yes, he's gonna score more goals. Like that's how it works. Brennan Johnson is a finisher. He's not a creator. So Solanke became a false nine for Brendan Johnson to get goals last year. That's just what happened. We saw how many times we see Solanke outside the box, driving the ball, doing the link-up play. But if Solanke becomes the focal point like he was at Bournemouth, he'll score more goals. It's just that simple. He'll easily get a 15, 20 goal season. I think Solanke is capable. If we have two, like let's say we get Savio and we have Savio, Kudus, and then Eze in the middle. Why Solanke can't get 25 GA next season? I don't see why he can't. I don't see why he can't.
I agree.
He got what 20? He got like 23 GA at Bournemouth in that one season we referenced. So why can't he get 25 GA this season if we have a Savio, Kudus, and a Eze? Don't see why he can't.
No, I agree. I'm in all agreement. I don't see why he can't get that 25 GA probably. For in all, it's not even that much. If we're talking about 17 goals, 8 assists, or something like, I expect it, for me, like he has to get 15 plus goals. If we sign attackers that I think are competent, I expect him as a bare minimum for. And this is where we have to start holding an expectation. Last year, we give you a blind. Oh, cool. The system, stuff like that, cool. I'm going to let you have that one. You scored, I think he still got 15, 16 in all comps, which wasn't terrible. It didn't have a terrible year. It was actually okay. But for £65 million, there's an expectation that you score a lot of Premier League goals. I expect to see more than Alexa Sesko. I expect to see you up there with higher than Ekatike. I expect to see you being one of the top goal scorers in the league. And now that means getting more than 15 goals. Not going to lie, expect more than 15 goals. Now, if he wants to make
a 20-goal season from him.
I do. I can't lie. If I'm being realistic, I need a 20-goal season. I need a 20-goal season. I need to see him bagging goals. I need to see him finishing. I need to see a variety of finishes. That's what I need to see, because today, usually I'll be like, yeah, do you know what? Give me Solanke. Let me see it. But I'll be honest, a lot of what I see from Solanke, there's not enough in and around the box. There's not enough commanding on defenders. In that final, he was getting bullied by Maguire, bro. Manhandled by Maguire. I can't see my strikers getting bullied by a guy like the Fridge, man. Can't see it happening. So, looking at it, there's no reason why he shouldn't get 15 goals and with a competent attack. And in a game like today, probably going to see him start off the bench, which I think is probably best, returning from injury. Knowing that he's not such a clean finisher, it doesn't give me that confidence at the moment to be like, yeah, throw him in the game, and if he gets a chance, he'll score it. Because I think Solanke is a confident striker. I feel like Solanke needs to build up some confidence. As we saw in the end of the season, or the back end, when he scored a few penalties, and it's like, oh, I could score a penalty now. He remembers how to score goals. So, yeah, Solanke is one of those players who had a tough year, but the expectation is on him now. And I feel like a lot of fans are going to have a high expectation from him this year to really perform and show where he wants to compete and what type of player he's willing to be. Because at this moment in time, he's been a bit underwhelming as a Spurs player. He's been quite a bit underwhelming. And guys like, Jay and Jay in the chat, I should say, is calling him shit lanky and these things. And it's like, man, people already got nicknames for him. He's got to do something about that. He's got to do something about that real soon. So Solanke could start. Richarlison could start. We got options. We got options, innit? The PSG team is frightening, though. It's frightening, bro. I'm not gonna lie. As we speak more and more about the game, I'm comparing our attack. I'm saying Solanke, yeah, man, options. Doué, Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Ramos. They got options. Real serious options. Madness. It's madness. But do you know what? Let's build a lineup. I'll get a lineup builder up. Let's actually quickly build a lineup. Say the lineup that we think is going to start or we want to see start. Just to put it visually out for the people, because I know we spoke about it, but some people may not have been here. So I'll visually get that up. But is there any final thoughts on the game that you have? Anything that you think might happen that you could be a surprise?
We're going to score first. I think that's a hot take.
I'll take that.
People, I think that we'd score first. The only problem is, will we end up keeping the lead? Is the thing. But I think that's my hot take. I think Spurs score against the run of play.
I think that's a good one. I've got Spurs scoring first as well. I can't lie. I've got Spurs scoring first. I've said I think the game's. People, put your predictions in the chat. Let us know your predictions. We're gonna be doing this, I know, all day. So just put in your. If you change your mind throughout the day, that's fine. But right now, show us some of your early predictions for the game. Obviously, when you see lineups, it will change. And when we do watch-alongs, you could join our watch-alongs and give us some more opinions then. But yeah, let us know how you guys are feeling. What score lines? I think it's going to be a draw and it goes to penalties. Spurs lead the game 1-0 and PSG come back and then we go to pens. But Elijah, what are you saying for prediction?
Oh, man. Imagine we get a 1-0 shameless win, you know how crazy that would be. I low-key believe in our defense, but at the same time,
back-to-back,
imagine a crazy-ass stinker-fest 1-0 win. You know how insane that would be? But look, man, the logical thing is PSG beat us. But, like, I never want to go into a final and predict us lose. So I'm going to be shameless and say we win. Because I don't want to say that we lose, innit? Even if, like, we're clearly outmatched.
Facts.
I'm not doing it. I refuse. I didn't do it against United, and everyone was doing all the heritage,
that's facts. I can't even lie.
Teams.
I'm
not doing it now.
No, I'm on all of that. I'm not predicting. You see them pussy man there that are out here predicting their team to lose in a final. When should you ever predict your team to win? It should be a final. I'm backing my team. I'm backing my boys to go get the job done. I ain't ever going to sit here and say PSG are going to bend us over. You're going to slap us 4-1. It's a final. If there's any day that your players can turn up, it isn't a final. And that's when it will get done. I remember for the Europa League final, they kept telling us, Spurs don't win in finals. Man United win in finals and all this stuff. Didn't do anything for them in that final, did it? All that heritage and stuff didn't do anything for them now then. So I don't think it'll do anything for them now. And let's be honest. I know they won it this year, but PSG are known to be the biggest bottlers in Europe, you know. They are known to be the biggest bottlers in Europe. So people forget, like, I know Enrique is trying to set in a new standard and a new precedent. I'm not saying no. But then they already have something that they are known for. So we need to take that into consideration. But just quickly going through the team that we said we're going to start, people. So let me just get some of these names in here, and then you guys can let us know what you think of this 11. There's Paulinho. We've got him here. I've got him at the base in the midfield. Then we have Bentancur. Bentancur, Bergvall. That was the midfield we were going with, innit?
Yeah. I low-key think Sarr could come off the bench and do something low-key.
Yeah, Sarr could. Sarr could start. It could be Sarr or Bentancur. Sarr. I don't want to see I don't want to have these three and Sarr, or these two and Sarr. I think if Sarr comes in here, it has to be Bentancur dropped. We can't do, or it has to be Paulinho dropped. Like, it can't. I'm
low-key thinking. No, that's true. I'm low-key thinking, like, because the way PSG play, not to say it reminds me of Andrew Ball, but like the fullbacks are so high up the pitch to where it's like, obviously Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, they're pacey, so they can track back, and Nuno Mendes has gotten better defensively. But the way they just commit so many bodies forward, and the reason they get the ball back is because they press so well as well. So like as soon as they lose the ball, they're pressing heavy to try and get the ball back. All it takes is just breaking that press one time, and we could dead ass be like through on goal on like a 3v2. It's just about making sure you take your chances. But again, Richarlison, Tell, like, are they going to take the chance if it falls to them? No, the fuck they won't. So yes, that's the problem right there.
Tell might. The thing is, people call Tell a bad finisher, but when you actually look at him, like, he does have a deep. It's just we haven't seen it. But when I watch him strike the ball, he's actually a good striker of the ball. So I think in a good position, you can see Tell. He just needs to get that confidence. As a young player, I think he needs to build up that confidence, man. That's what we need to build up. 5 European trophies goes to this coming. It's coming, man. But yeah, front line. Who do you think is going to start in this 9 then? The final answer: Johnson, Solanke, or Richarlison?
Well, it's going to be Richarlison, but they're not going to play Brennan Johnson. I don't know what it is about any manager, bro, whether it's Andrew or Frank, bro, but for some reason Brennan Johnson up top is just so taboo.
Yeah, it's mad. Gotta go Odegaard on the left. We go. Surely
It's
Odegaard
gonna
starts
be
this
Brennan,
game.
bro. I swear it's gonna be Brennan, bro. Hey,
I'm sure.
I'm
Hope
not
not, man.
if I see Brennan Johnson and Richarlison starting together, this manager's on. He's already on fraud
He
watch for
might
me,
be.
but
Frank
he's
might be
already
on.
on fraud watch. But just no. If I see
He might.
Ben Davies get any minutes,
Ben Davies will
bro,
get minutes. 100% Ben Davies gets minutes. 100% at left back he gets minutes. 100%. If Adogi
this
doesn't
manager's
play,
he's already on fraud watch. But it's like if I see Brennan and Richarlison with Kudus, Jesus Christ, man.
what are we saying, people? Is this a team that can compete with PSG today? This is the lineup that we think is most likely. You know, Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Spence, Paulinho at the 6, Bentancur, Bergvall the 8s, Kudus, Richarlison, and Odegaard as our front line. Do we think that this is a team that can... I'd rather see Odegaard than Tell on the left. Facts. Do we think this is a team that can beat PSG? Let us know in the comments. I'm going to come to all your predictions now, people, because I'm seeing there's loads of predictions that got put in. Big up. Saar will start, probably play a 4-4-2 when defending, and Saar will press up top. That could be an option. Paulinho will cook. Fairs. Just who hasn't played before? Who's that? They'll play their first game of the season, and they haven't played before. Not even a preseason. Before, not had a preseason. Just 1 week of camp. A lot of those players would have been playing, though. A lot of these players would have been playing throughout the summer window. So I don't, or the summer period. So I don't think that this has been their first week, and they're not done no training. But PFC TV's got a 3-1 PSG. Yeah, just 6-0 PSG. Dog. 2-1 from Jordan. That's all I want to hear. You know, my counterpart name. I need you to do a Tottenham win. Yeah, don't be messing around. Tottenham 1-0. From Tottenham Ranger, come on. 4-1 loss from Wayne Francois. Definitely a PSG fan. Trigger Rich has got us winning 1-0. Yeah. 2-0 PSG for Lee. 1-0 Spurs for Levy out. Levy out, but you think we're going to win? Says Levy in. 2 trophies in 2 months. You let me know. DJM 1-3-1 PSG. 4-0 low. Man said Spurs 1. Beijing Guno always just coming to troll. 4-0. I hear it though. 2-0 Tottenham. Come on, Super Saiyajin. Mr. Udang's got us winning 2-1. Jay's got us the same score as me. 1-1 Pens in game. We've been on Pens. And 3-0 Spurs win for Henry Fong TV. So people have got Spurs winning. There's a good mixture. There's a good mixture. Obviously, the Spurs fans are feeling confident today. Darius is coming in with a 4-0. James Bond's coming in with a 7-0. Wesley's coming in with a 7-0. The Arsenal contingent are here heavy. But one thing you will know is that Arsenal aren't playing today. You'll be watching my club. Whether you like it or not, my club's in a final when yours isn't. Yet again, another season, 2 seasons in a row, we're in a final. Where are you doing?
I've noticed that. I can't lie. There's a lot of Arsenal fans in here, bro. I can't lie. It's giving insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to TikTok lingo and that, fam.
I'm just saying, it's giving insecure people. It's giving insecure.
I didn't really see many Arsenal fans when Spurs were losing, coincidentally, innit? Now that Spurs have opportunity to win something, I'm seeing the Arsenal fans.
They're everywhere. They're
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's
Somber's coming in with 2-1 as well. All right, but there was some transfer news that was released, you know, that I think is relevant, and we definitely have to talk about it here in this show, because we have seen David Ornstein release the news to confirm that Eze was being looked at, and there was a possibility of Ethan Waneri was leaving. He signs a new contract. Eze is a less pressing concern. The left side is an area that Arsenal are thinking of a priority, but that would take departures. So Arsenal aren't as in for Eze as many people originally thought. We obviously had the news yesterday to break that Tottenham are heavily in for him, trying to get a deal done. And apparently, we still remain some way apart from their valuation, but a deal is being worked on. Do you think that this is a massive boost for us in the race for Eze?
Yes, because Arsenal are going to play Madueke on the left. So they're not even going to sign a left winger. They have their left winger. They got Noni. So, yes. And the thing is that Spurs aren't going to play Eze on the wing. We're not stupid. We know he's not a winger. He's a 10. So as soon as he comes through the door, if he does come out the door, because I don't think he's going to Arsenal at any point. He's either going to come Spurs or stay at Palace. So if he comes to Spurs, that 10 spot is automatically his, isn't it? Like, there's no way around it. he will be the main man there. At Arsenal, it's not guaranteed because Odegaard's there. Madueke will be left wing with Martinelli. Obviously, Ethan signed a new deal. I don't know why he signed a new deal because he ain't going to get no burn. Don't know why he signed a new deal. Makes no sense to me, but he signed a deal.
No, it is though. He signed his like, you know, when you're 17, you sign like a 2-year contract. Then when you're 18, you sign your proper contract. So he sort of signed his proper deal. So he would have got a massive pay rise type of thing. He's signing it to get like probably get like 10-20 grand a week, innit, bro?
Okay. All right, those ones, that's all right, that's fine, innit? But in terms of playing time, he ain't gonna get no burn for real unless it's against Coventry or some team like that, innit? So yeah, Eze, it makes no sense for Eze to go to Arsenal, especially at the peak of his powers. Makes no sense for him to hold bench for Odegaard, who he is considerably better than, in my opinion. So you might as well come to Spurs, innit? Either stay at Palace or come Spurs, because at Palace you're the main man, at Spurs you'll be the main man. Just depends on what you want to do. If you want to stay at Palace, then stay at Palace.
I just looked at it, yeah. Romero went from 3 bags, 3,120 a week, which is like it's a lot of money, innit? It's still not a normal working wage. It's still a lot of money. But from 3 bags a week to 60 racks a week, my bro. Arsenal are paying.
They gave him 60 racks off 60 what?
60 racks a week, my bro.
Oh my day.
He's getting more money than Madueke. He's getting more money than Madueke, bro. It's mad.
These men are such idiots, bro. I'm so happy they're a rival club, bro. And they're so stupid.
60 racks a week. Do you know what? I don't blame him for signing that new deal. You could have offered.
Nah, I would have signed it too, bro. Hell, I would have signed it for 60K a week, bro.
Man went up his wage 20 times. Said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you 20 times what you're making on a weekly basis." So man can go and spend everything that he was spending all normal. He could do that another 10 times. It's not gonna impact his wage, bro. It's mad.
Insane, bro. You know, with Arsenal, it makes me laugh in it. Like, these men are actually Poch's Spurs. I know people make the comparison in it, but like, there's in every single way, even the fan base reflects Poch's Spurs in it. Like the blind faith, the idea that they can't replace anyone in the starting 11, so they have to get bench players instead of getting starting 11 players to compete. Everything about it just screams Poch's Spurs, which is why like the universe is just amazing, because this is what we got clowned for. The universe is just giving it back to them.
Yeah,
you know, that's what's up.
It's funny because I tried to explain this to D when he's going. They made a whole segment on the show going, because I said Pochettino's time at Spurs was unsuccessful, like it was a failure. Ultimately, we look back in hindsight and say it was a failure, innit? Like he didn't win anything. He failed at Spurs. He may have gave us good moments, but he failed as a manager. They were all arguing with me as Arsenal fans, going, "How can you say that? What do you mean?" But he took you to the they wanted to do. He took you to the Champions League final. You guys finished second. It's like, oh, so what? In the moment, we were being clowned for this. I was being laughed at. I remember coming into college and arguing with everyone because everyone's saying Spurs ain't doing nothing. You're still not going to win. I'm arguing. I'm the Arsenal fans now. We're going to win this year, bro. Don't worry. We're going to win this year, bro.
Yeah, this is why, respectfully, like, I don't listen to non-Tottenham fans talk about how I should view Tottenham, because respectfully, they just don't know what they're talking about, innit? Like, they're looking at Spurs. They don't look at Spurs the way we look at Spurs. So everyone looks at Spurs as this little bro thing, innit? Which is why so many people want us to keep Ange, because he won the cup. And we're looking at it like, yes, he won the cup, but like there's all these other things as to why we shouldn't keep him. But that's why, isn't it? It's like the lower expectations, the little broing, or the attempt anyway from Arsenal fans, because they can't little bro us. But the attempt of little broing, the way they look at us, their opinion on Spurs will always be different to our opinion as actual Spurs fans. So I don't really care who it is. If they're not a Spurs fan, respectfully, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, big fact. Definitely. And that's what I've been trying to tell people as well. Like, you can't tell me about my club. I'm just like, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to feel about my club. And I get Arsenal fans saying it, but I've been there. So I can tell you how to feel in this current moment. But I hear you, Wesley, innit? Sometimes you got to drop the money sleeve. I do think you dropped a little bit too much money on that one, though. 60 racks. You probably could have gave him 35, 40 and he would have been happy. But hey, your club playing him, I don't mind. If Mikey Moore got a new contract, I'd love to understand how. I'll check that in the background, what Mikey Moore's is. Box office says, funny, Jords, ignore my comment because truth hurts. You waff like box office. I'm going to respond to your comment if you actually make a relevant comment. You said something like, oh, Jords is going to be upset if Bergvall don't start. But you didn't listen to anything that was said. So you just made a random comment that you want me to respond to and no relevance to the conversation because we were talking about how Bergvall should start. And if he doesn't start, what other options we would do. So clearly you're hurt. I think you're hurt, Mr. Box Office. I think you're hurt. Yeah, not me. Bergvall is better than a lot of players that you rate. But hey, we'll see. Sports HD coming back in. Look, you can try what you want.
Just ban this nigga, bro.
Someone timed him out. I don't really care. Look, you can the false news can't catch me out. That's the thing. Like if I had one of them chats, there was like 1,000 people, it might catch me out because I don't know. But I know everyone in the chat now. So you're just a new face, Sports HD. You're blending. Trust me. I'm not gonna take your news. But big up to man like I'm gonna say Kyle. Must be Kyle with a C. For the super chat, big up, appreciate it. Saw, Paulinho, Bentancur, Kudus, Odebert. I wouldn't mind Solanke or Johnson, play striker. 4-3. Come on, you Spurs.
4-3.
Confidence. It's the confidence. 4-3. No, if I see us scoring 4 goals, what are you saying?
I'd be more surprised if we score 4 goals than if we win the game. I'll be so real. 4 goals is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
4 goals is, but saying that, Chelsea bagged goals against them, man. They had finishers, though. I will say that they had finishers. So
they're Cole Palmer.
Difference between Chelsea's one and ours, but there's no reason why you can't. Bro, I never spoke about Richarlison, not Bergvall. You're so emotional. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Richarlison, again, you didn't listen to the conversations then, Mr. Box Office. Why would I be upset if Richarlison doesn't play? You're waffling. Box Office, I'll send you the link if you want to join so bad. But you can't do that and then waffle in the chat. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? Richarlison, we sat here and said we don't rate Richarlison, but you're trying to sit here and make a claim that we do rate Richarlison. Concentration levels are extremely low over there, Mr. Box Office. I'm just saying. Maybe you need some more orange juice with a higher concentrate level or something. You know what I mean? Gosh. Have a drink, have a fresh. Well, Mr. Udang just shared a Spurs official status. What is this? Let's have a look before we end up. European champions collide. Oh, it's just a graphic. Yeah, that graphic does look cold. Still. Just a little graphic of Romero and Marquinhos. But people, look. You said he worked hard, but he does work hard. I don't get the point, Box Office. Because I say he worked hard doesn't mean I rate him, bro. You've got concentration levels are low. 2 ears, 1 mouth. What's that Sav say? You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. You got to use them to listen. 2 ears and 1 mouth. Yeah, use those to listen, man. Use those to listen. And Alex does need I think he does need a hug. Alex needs a hug from Alistair Gold. Go on, Alex. Make your way down. Alistair will give you a big hug. You'll feel vindicated tonight. Let these Tibbity Top Spuds chat now. He won't feel vindicated because Alex has never been happy. So, you know, how can you feel vindicated about your team losing? If you're happy about it, he's just going to be more angry than everyone. That's all it's going to be. Alex, do you know the guys that are not positive about Spurs? They can do when Spurs lose, they can be happy. But they're more angry than us because I had hope. I'm upset, but they're angry. Their emotion turns into, get Frank out of the club. I can't believe I've been telling you. I told you guys you weren't good enough. I told you guys.
Oh, he said send a link. Oh shit! Hold on. Man said quickly, you know. Man said he's tested. Man said quickly, you know.
I'll send the link right now. It don't take me a second, Alex. You got 5 minutes to join.
I said quickly.
Not even that. I'm giving you 2 minutes to join. From the line gets over, you got 2 minutes to join, or it's invalid. Don't worry, Alex. You want to do it quickly? We'll see how quick you join. And who's really going to be exposed. Because Mr. Exposed is you right now. You have been exposed on the mains. Danso should be captain. Exposed. Odebert's not good enough. Exposed. You have been exposed. Too many times. So Box Office Showface. Let's cook Box Office. We're gonna cook Box Office. Don't worry. We're gonna wait. I was gonna end, but don't worry. We're gonna stay here just so we can cook Box Office. People, don't worry. Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna have to bring my stream back to 2:30 with you, bro. I'm gonna have to rename my show, bro. Hey, we're gonna be cooking, fam.
What, you had
I'm gonna
at 2
sit
with
here
E?
until it's done. Well, it's at 3 with E. It's at 3
Oh, I
with
thought
E.
you said that. I thought he was gonna change it to at 2 with E. But
No,
can't
that's just the name of the show. It's a code name that I can't like. At 3 with E is code.
yeah. No, I like the name. Still.
Yeah, man. It's code. Hey, Mr. Box
Man
Office,
City
I'm trying to see.
champion.
Hey, can someone ban this nigga, bro? This Sports HD, bro. Just ban him, fam. I can't be asked, bro. I can't be asked with this guy, fam. Bro. He's talking about Donnarumma at this point, but even so, it's like, bro, fuck this guy, man. I'm just chatting.
I can't believe Alex joined with his mouth full of food. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
It's sorry to the viewers today. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the effect of the Mr. Box Office effect. He called it the box office rub. It rattles people like Jords right now. You know what I mean? They don't talk the truth, but lie. They lie. Yeah, get a bit too big for the boots. Unlike a certain person, Saba, that gets a bit big for his boots as well. I love him, but he does get big for his boots. But anyway, moving on. Just to say this, you said about Richarlison working very hard. So I made a comment saying, which you completely ignored, saying, okay then, Jords, give him a Blue Peter badge. Yeah, because the Blue Peter badge is deserved for someone that works hard. That's what I said. So what's the then you were talking about Bergvall. So you must have Bergvall on the mind.
Because I saw your comment.
No,
you've said the comments about Bergvall in the same chat.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say anything about Bergvall in the chat. You can see it right now. This is the thing. I think you got Bergvall. See, Elijah, this is what happens. This is what happens, yeah? This is what happens.
This is what happens
they see something.
This is what happens when you're a bottom spud. You got veins popping out your neck for Bergvall.
Oh my God.
Crazy stuff.
You know what? Yeah, I should rename myself. I need to rename myself Karen Cross. Because when I exposed the liars. I exposed the liars. By the way, viewers, yeah, Jords is a lovely guy, right? This is not a beef because this guy actually turns up. Yeah, this guy's actually turns up. He supports me. So before anybody says anything, I like Jords, right? We debate each other because he don't agree with me, right? And I like him because he talks a load of shit. But still, I love him. Yeah, so don't have a go. Please do not have a go at him. Please do not. Yeah, I know Jordan's in the chat that don't turn up. Yeah, hello, Jordan. Yeah, that calls me out in the chat. Where are you on my show, bro? Nowhere. Anyway, moving on. But I'm just making this absolutely
when I heard him
clear.
calling out Jordan, I thought he was calling me out, and I was thinking, no, he called out the Jordan.
Yeah. But I just need to make that absolutely clear because this guy's redirected to me. So I have to make that absolutely clear. But he chats a load of rubbish, right? And I'm sorry, I had to say it, I had to call him out, and that's it. Yeah, but this is only a short, sharp appearance on Mr. Box Office, right? I actually think we've got a chance today. Don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know why.
So Mr. Box Office is deluded today. You're deluded today.
Yeah, I'm deluded today. Yeah. Exactly. But big up to you. People need to like this stream, yeah? But he still chats a lot of rubbish, Jords, yeah? Big up Elijah, by the way, yeah? The new one, yeah? Yeah? My guy, yeah? You know what I mean? But big up to you, yeah? Sorry to ruin your show.
I need to know. You said Richarlison give him a Blue Peter badge for working hard. So you don't think Richarlison works hard? Or what was your point with that? Because we just said that Richarlison works hard. We never said we want to keep Richarlison. We both want him to drop. We want him dropped. But we said he works hard, so you can't question his mentality.
Fair enough. I'm just harsh. I just can't stand the lad. I just want him gone. I've had enough of him. I need proper strikers. That's just fair enough, bro. I'm done. I can't do. The thing is, at the moment, I can't watch this team at the moment. I'm not excited by this team right now, mate. That's all I can say. The only thing I've got excited about is bloody Kudos, and I think he needs time. Yeah. I think he needs help. Because I don't know how we're going to get goals. The only thing I can see at the moment is can do something from set pieces. That's it. Other than that, I've got no hope with Richarlison. I've got no hope with Bergvall in midfield. I've got a little bit of hope of Carlinhos, but he needs fitness. But
Bergvall's not that bad though. He's not. I'm not the biggest Bergvall fan, but like. It's not that. Come on, saying you have no hope with Bergvall.
No, he's all right, but it's not. For me, I need to see more. Like I've seen. Like I mean, the top teams that we've had. Right, we've had a creator in our midfield. We had Everton when under Poch. Yeah, we had Modric under what is it? Harry Redknapp. We had Carrick under Martin Yole, right? We had was it Kane in Mourinho's stint and Conte in his stint as well. So for me, for us to be, really cooking, we need a number 10. Simple as that, right?
No, I hear you. And obviously, we're trying to solve that issue. When we do potentially solve that issue, we can come back to that comment because it's a fair point. I don't think you're wrong in that sense. But just on the night, the thoughts on what's happening currently. Let me just get some of your quick thoughts. Danso wasn't named captain. Romero was named captain. I need your thoughts on that and how you feel because Danso's not captain, Alex. My boy Romero's captain. How are you feeling about that? Because clearly I'm the professor of truth and entertainment now. I've took that name because I'm telling the truth. How about that?
Oh, as he took your name, boss.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's a risk. It's a risk because he could go off on one, right? And he plays with leadership. His leadership is what he shows, the way he plays, right? But when he's not on form, that's going to be a risk. My opinion, the reason why I made that opinion of Danzo, he's consistent. He looks like a normal guy that's just consistent throughout the board. It looks like. I know it's a short spell that we've seen him, but at the moment, the only other person that is consistent at the moment is Davis, and we don't want Davis as captain. Come on now, you know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, at the moment. Well, he was all right. He was all right, but I still want him gone. I'm sorry, he's been here too long. I agree with you there. You know what I mean? I was just making the point last season, with the last manager, but we don't want to go there. But the point I'm making is that was the point. But when I listened to Thomas Frank before the decision was made, I kind of knew that it was going to be Romero as captain. I knew straight away he was going to be captain. It was made the way he was speaking about him. I thought, Romero was going to be captain. And I'm not surprised by the decision. You know what I mean? So, but we have to see what happens tonight. You know what I mean? It's going to be an interesting one tonight. You know what I mean? So, and then we can have some good conversations about the season coming up next on Saturday. You know what I mean? But I don't want to disturb you, guys. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, you guys. Yeah. Big up to you.
Before you head out, just let us know your prediction. Give us a score prediction for the game.
It will be 2-1 Paris Saint-Germain.
You said you're feeling good, and then man said predicted them to lose.
Listen. I think Paris Saint-Germain should be winning this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham try and get something out of it. I wouldn't be surprised because it just has that feeling right now, isn't it? And they're missing their defensive midfielder, aren't they? Today, aren't they? I've got their net midfielder.
João Neves, he's
they're missing him as well. But obviously, Kvaratskhelia and Dembele. I mean, if they need to take their chances, PSG need to take their chances. If they don't take their chances, we've always got a chance. Yeah, we've always got a chance. But PSG have to take their chances. You know what I mean? So if they miss loads of chances, like a free kick, a corner kick, I think that's where we're going to be hurting them this tonight. That's where I think we're going to be hurting them because at the moment our attack is just. Yeah, I don't need to say anymore.
Not good enough. Yeah. You're right. It's not good enough. But look, big up to Box Office. Make sure you guys are supporting Box Office, Alex. His channel's in the chat. Some of the mods put it in there, so make sure you guys go.
Take care, guys. Yeah, big up to you guys.
You take care as well, bro. Big up to you for joining every single time. Mr. Box Office just gracing us with his presence and giving us a bit of a teaching on the Spurs team and what's gonna happen tonight, but. Elijah, you're going live now or straight now?
To be fair, I could just go live now. To be fair, I wasn't even planning to be on stream. I was going to carry on setting up and then go live at 3, but I might as well just go live now, bro. Fuck it.
Elijah's going to go live, people. So what I'll do is I'll send you guys over to Elijah, but he's going to be continuing this preview, doing a little bit more on what we have spoken about. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Elijah, subscribing over here. Road to 4K. Currently on, let me quickly check what I'm on because we need to keep that updated.
Fact, let me just start the stream. Right now. But make sure Jords hits 4K, people. We need the 4K by the end of August, bro. We need that.
Facts. We need that. And make sure, look, Elijah's channel is in the chat. It's in the description. It's in the title. You cannot miss, but I'm going to send you over there. So when you get over there, subscribe to Elijah. Show your love, show your support. I'm 3 subscribers away from 3.7. Just 3 subscribers away. So I'm sure there's 3 of you in here that haven't subscribed already. Make sure you subscribe to the boy. We are back. Watch along setting 7 p.m. tonight. So make sure you guys are back here for that. And then away from that, let's just get W stream in the chat. W streams in a chat. No, I don't. If you think I live in a room, no, I don't live in a room. I have a room. I have a bedroom, as most people do. But yeah, look, I am sending you guys over to E. Let me just pattern that now. But yeah, people, look. Oh wait, let me do it on this side. That's what I was gonna do. Yeah, W stream in the chat. W stream in the chat, people. Let's get W streams in the chat. And before we leave, Eze Savinho, both we need to get them both. That's gonna come real soon. 48 hours, Eze Savinho day.